Hello again, Dave Knight, day 17 of the 90-day video challenge. I just stepped out of the shower, and guess I just felt like I wanted to say something here, because I was supposed to say something for 90 days. And right now what I want to talk about is anxiety and depression, because my wife and my children are down at the block party tonight, and I'm sitting in the house because I suffer from anxiety and fear of crowds, and I didn't have this a couple years ago. And when I was going between 43 and 44, I got diagnosed. I thought I was having a heart attack. Ended up being just diagnosed with anxiety, and that was brought on by. Long story short, I used to be a day trader since I was roughly 22 in that area. Well, I should say I started when I was around 20, and professionally at 22, and I professionally traded all the way up through my 45th birthday, so and almost my 46th. So I traded 25 years of my life, and I was part of the 10% that made it, but in the end, the last 2 years really did me in. It did me more in emotionally than it did me any other direction, pretty much. So I needed to find another way to progress, progress, and make money. And I decided that, you know, we've been in this business, our Watkins business, and I think it might be the first time that I mentioned it, as far as the name goes, Watkins products out of Winona, Minnesota, for 11 years. And well, one of the things I definitely want to talk about is I have, hopefully y'all can see this, every day I have my, I don't know what you call that, it's my affirmations, I guess. So it's an affirmation statement that I normally say. I got to make sure I'm looking into the camera on this phone. And you know, I pretty much repeat it every day. A lot of them are biblical sayings that I pulled out of the Bible. Some of them were from a product that I had looked at previously. Long story short, I decided to upgrade my MLSP. Although there's a lot of pressure to try to upgrade to mastery, I decided to only go up to gold, and I'm going to stick to my plan to go up one module at a time until I feel it's either worth it or it's not worth it. At this point in time, I need to take a look at the lead capture system, be able to have my own email autoresponder working, and some of the other bells and whistles that the gold package gives me, as opposed to just being an academy member in MLSP. And I apologize, I'm struggling tonight because I have problems with. I used to not have problems with speech for a long time. When I was a kid, I used to have problems and I would stutter a lot, and I overcame it. And a lot of that had the issue with moving from the south, from Tennessee when I was a kid, up into the north, and that was and being made fun of as being a southerner in the north. That wasn't a lot of fun when I was a kid, and I developed some problems along that. I became very introverted until sports, until I started playing football and baseball athletically and competitively, and that kind of brought me out of my shell. Long story short, fast forward to today, and now some of the things that I had when I was a kid growing up, I'm experiencing again as an adult in my midlife crisis that I considered. I'm one of those, excuse me for saying it, but I'm one of those unemployable white males with a degree that can't get a job because I'm overqualified to do anything. Trust me, I've been on courtesy interviews. It makes me sick how many different rejection letters have come in my. So anyway, make a long story short, my dad would say, get a job, you know, get a job, get a job, get a job, and I've always been that black sheep of the family that always wanted to beat the drum of the, how's that go? Take to the beat of a different drummer, something like that. You know what I mean? Where am I at on time here? All right, that's almost 5 minutes. I just felt like sharing tonight and opening up my heart a little bit. You know, I'm just a struggling guy. I haven't brought a lead into MLSP at this point. You know, they're talking about 10 and 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 leads. I forget when I actually started. I know that July 27th, I was looking at Empire Network. Now, I did cancel all that membership out. And, you know, we had worked our Watkins business traditionally by meeting and socializing. My wife is really good at it. And I was working the internet side of the business back in the early, well, I guess when we became top consultant back in 2002, things were really rolling pretty good for us. If I could go back there, a lot of us, if we go back and talk to our younger selves and be able to give some wisdom, I think we'd all be better off, right? Be able to learn from our mistakes, but then go back in time and tell them, hey, don't do that. That fork in the road is David Wood talks. Well, I went down the wrong dang fork, and I got lost for about 5 years trying to start my own business. In year 3, it was that make it or break it year. I was really started to had a little bit of momentum driving, and then all of a sudden things just kind of, the wheels came off. And that's pretty much when I started experiencing my, although I didn't recognize it at the time, that's when I started experiencing anxiety for the first time in my life. And believe it or not, the pressure of trading became too great to overcome. So, you know, I was quite successful for, I guess, 23 and a half years of my life doing it. So I guess I should say, hey, you know, I did good for, you know, I did some really cool things in my trading career that I'm very proud of. But that chapter of my life is over, and I'm looking to move a different direction. And I'm hoping in the future to be able to conquer this anxiety and depression and fear of crowds that I have right now. That I'm so uncomfortable in a situation. The only situation in a crowd that I'm comfortable with is a sporting event, and even that I have to drag myself to go because it's my own kids I'm watching at this point in time. That's about it. I love y'all. Be blessed. Be blessed in your business. Thanks for watching. If you can like this video at some point in the future, I'd really appreciate it. I'm just one of those guys out there struggling. What's today? August 10th, 2012. 13. I just missed a year there. August 10th, 2013. I don't even know what year it is anymore. Y'all take care out there. God bless you. And have a great rest of your Saturday and have a blessed Sunday. Bye now.